polar vortex has been around for a long time, but the term became part of pop culture after the brutal winter weather that we had earlier this year.
That's right. News 18 meteorologist Amber Hardwick explains what this polar vortex is and how it can be relevant to weather in the Midwest. Hey, Amber.
Hi there, Jeff and Gina. Many people may have heard about the polar vortex for the first time last winter, especially when the temperatures plummeted well below zero during the month of January. But in reality, the polar vortex has actually been around for centuries.
Polar vortex is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's an ongoing cyclone or paracyclones that spins right around the poles of the Earth.
The polar vortex is a large-scale area of low pressure located near the North Pole in the upper levels of the atmosphere. The vortex closest to the U.S. typically resides around Baffin Island in Canada. The term vortex references its constant counterclockwise spinning motion. The polar vortex is not a storm itself, but simply a large mass of Arctic cold air.
Every so often, like it did last winter, more than once, it makes its way southward, for one reason or another.
The polar vortex typically becomes stronger in the winter due to a larger temperature difference between the North Pole and the equator. In January, the polar vortex's circulation weakened and essentially broke into pieces. A piece of it dropped southward and Arctic air filtered into the Midwest. As a result, wind chills were at least 40 degrees below zero around Greater Lafayette.
Yeah, actual air temperature was 20 below zero in some places. The wind chills, though, were 40 below to as much as 45 below zero.
Temperatures this week are trending nearly 20 degrees below average, but this cold snap is not a result of the polar vortex, but Super Typhoon Nuri.
Super Typhoon Nuri merged with what we call a mid-latitude system, a typical storm system. What that did is that moved into Alaska, it dislodged a chunk of cold air and shoved it southward.
It is easy to blame the polar vortex anytime we have cold air sinking into the region, but winter is approaching and in reality temperatures are only going to drop in the upcoming months. Polar vortices are a weather phenomena that will always be present at the Earth's Arctic poles. Reporting live in West Lafayette, Amber Hardwick, News 18.